All right, there's a Beatrix.
Wait,
Okay,
there's
I'm with it. It's a little everywhere, but at least their team fighting is good. But
More traditional gold lane matchup, of
Welcome
course.
to
What's Benny gonna
Mobile
do? By the way, Egan?
Legends.
He's gonna do the Benny bomb.
All right. I think you're just there with the with Leo on the singing, right?
Love you, Leo.
But you're number one in dancing. Anyway,
Okay.
to the matchup here, game number 3, TLPH. With the lineup that they have, man, honestly, this is a lineup that has the potential to snowball out of control.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing here for them. And if they snowball out of control in the early game, then that's where Benny Cutie's Nathan pick here shines later on, like once they get there. It's like they cover both the early to even late game. And right now, we know how aggressive JP can be on a Cho.
Even JP alone's this aggressive, but his flicker will be forced out. And again, I do agree, the snowball potential of TLPH, specifically Carl TZ with the Hayabusa.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot of Hayabusas. All of a sudden, 7 minutes in, 6 minutes in, have a KD of 6-0 something. So we can expect actually Carl TZ to be this aggressive. But on the other hand, I also like what the panel mentioned about TNC. They do have a lot of crowd control and burst potential, especially for SD and Kozin. But the problem is they have to execute it to perfection.
Yeah, when I look at the lineup from TNC and when we were going through the draft, I was happy that, they got the Julian. That's like we said, it's a pick that does so well for a lot of teams. And then you also had Ruby pop up. I like the fact that it didn't go in the gold lane this time around. Not to say Benny Cutie didn't do a good job in the previous game, but with Escalera being on it, like I feel like it's easier for Escalera specifically to get the setups that he needs. It was very difficult seeing what he was trying to do in game number 2. He couldn't really find those pickoffs that he was looking for. But with the Ruby, it's a little more covered. But that's the thing. Responding to the diversion has to be on point with the lineup that TNC has here. And so you only have so many things that can really help you that.
Yeah.
One's Escalera, of course, and if he burns the flicker or not, once he has the ultimate. Here's, speaking of, diversion's already used.
Okay, here comes the diversion. Escalera has to flicker out.
Yeah.
He knows the diversion is coming. And with Escalera's Ruby pick, I do agree with whatever you said. And at the same time, he can also be as defensive as possible with the second skill. To don't run Wolf Kick, but here comes Heads, though. With the Earth Shatter, he pops his Primal Wrath, working on the members of TLPH. Stanford answers right back with a final slash, draws the first blood, plus Carl TZ also gets a kill onto Escalera.
And that's what we're looking at. So SD can still pick up a kill. He does. Hatred gets it.
Sudden burst there for SD and Hatred,
Carl's still
punishing
up, though.
JP. Here comes the dispersion rotation from Sanji, forcing SDZYZ to walk away as Carl TZ gets the turtle.
And that's what I was going to say. Carl was still up. He got a kill earlier on, and now that's the turtle in their hands as well. And mind you, all that was started from Heads. He was the one that went, forward with the flicker, did not land the Earth Shatters that he was looking for, the onward, and now they're going for
Jit Kondu flicker, Way of the Dragon to bring down Escalera as he tries to delay as much as possible, but eventually he's going to fall down in that initiation by TLPH.
And this is the contrast of JP. Like, if you just saw game number 2 when he was playing the Angela, now he's playing the Cho, another play.
Okay, I want to burst down SDCYZ, another Jit Kondu stun, but here comes a Wiki Shadow kill. SDCYZ is gonna escape though, plus the help coming in from Hatred as they share the Wiki Shadow kill. And a 1v1 between the two XP laners. Heads pops his Primal Wrath just to try and make sure Sanford... Whoa! Whoa! 40 though.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, plus he's been using this Edith even prior to this season.
Yeah.
There was even one international competition where he just kept using Edith every single game that he played in.
Again, too, whether you're playing the Edith, whether you're playing this R-Lot, which, was a mainstay, even last season, still picked up a hero that fit multiple roles, but Sanford, obviously himself, knowing how to play that matchup, knowing how to play into the objectives, which he has to, and how valuable the final slash can be. And that's the thing. If Heads doesn't land that combination that you're so used to seeing from an Edith, it kind of falls apart right away. Yeah, you still have your getaway with the Primal Wrath, but still, Sanford's job, in essence, on an R-Lot is a lot easier. All he has to do is just kind of flicker in, and then the wide berth of a final slash is much easier to hit. And then you have JP doing what he's been doing so far. you know, a lot of this is just kind of the execution like that.
He just mentioned
Just easier.
the wide berth of the final slash connecting on True Hatred. And again, a diversion play up top to set themselves up for a turtle take.
There we go once again. They know the final slash isn't available, but TNC still wants to go ahead and
Wow!
contest this.
The instincts of Daddy JP! He just knows that someone is there. His heads goes in with the Earth Shatter. Look at the damage coming in from TLPH as he tried to burst down heads.
Oh.
Here comes the final slash from Sanford as well as SDZYZ escapes. But heads on the other hand will fall down in the hands of TLPH.
Push him down. Lining up a shot here.
Oh, no.
Inside.
The combination didn't connect there. The Curse Blast plus the Renner's Apathy from TNC as they burst down Sanford as well. There was a trade though, but on the other hand, TLPH answers with tower takedown.
Oh, look
And
where they sent
Sanji, okay,
Sanji.
another pickoff here from JP! And Sanji bursts him down, forcing TNC to walk away and retreat.
Sanji's still waiting there too.
Why
Benny
is
goes
Sanji
in.
there?
Sanji's just chilling. He's fine. He's confident. And he's ready to just go ahead and do this TNC. And that's even why, you know, our panelists, Rockhart and Leo, they mentioned, you know, this Lu Yi was picked up. It's devastating for teams that can't handle it.
Okay, again, we're gonna try and force the Primal Wrath out of heads. As Benny QT clears out the minions up top. And just Sanji has been the X factor, literally, of TLPH since game number 2 with Lu Yi MVP to seal the win and force a game number 3. This time, 6 minutes in 303 KDA, a lot of crucial diversion plays. Plus not even the diversion, the damage from the dispersion rotation alone was more than enough to burst down a lot of members from TNC as JP walks in. Gonna find the heads, but heads counters, but then onward. Here comes the Curse Blast coming in from TNC. They want to work on JP. There's the pull and the kill. Uwe Shadow kill coming in from Carl TZ as he quad shadows out. But TLPH still working on the top lane turret. Still has a 5.2k gold lead.
Good pickup for TNC to stop JP from going for that. Again, he was trying to find the kick. Gets stopped in his tracks. Still, though, TLPH has a pretty big lead at this point in the game. You know, you still have a one turtle to come up in about 15 seconds, and they're working on the Tier 2 turret already. There's an answer from TNC. Escalera.
Oh, okay. Here comes a Purify coming in from Sanji. As Escalera goes in with the Doomra Wolf King.
Oh,
Might
no.
be aimed. No, he's not
Wow.
gonna escape as he was trapped by 4 members of TLPH. And again, it looks like all turtles will be secured by TLPH.
See, plays like that, they're going to go ahead and send down at the bottom to stop SD, but, you know, TNC...
Okay.
Hold on, SD.
Sansan Duo! Oh, man. At this point, what can the Sansan Duo do?
You know, at this point, I don't know. I've seen them even give each other, you know, trims on their facial hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the recent ad. You know, they do everything together. They make plays like that together, and they emote and flex on people together. But the point is, TNC, the past, like, 2 to 3 minutes, man, has just been not good choices. Like, some of the decisions to try to get a pick off, and then, you know, they fall further and further behind here to a point where now you're looking at nearly, you know, 7.5, 7.2k gold lead, 8.5 minutes in. You're not going to be in any fighting form for the first Lord, so you're kind of back in the position where our backs are massively against the wall here already defensively for the first Lord take, unless something amazing happens, almost to miracle levels with this kind of gap that they have to work for. And now look at the pressure here for the purple buff.
Okay, JP goes in with a conceal. Jit Kundu plus Way of the Dragon again onto SDZYZ to try and burst him down. They're going to do it successfully, and they're also going to take away his purple buff. TLPH extend their lead to 7.8 and works on the mid lane turret. Still no answer for TNC. Even JP's going in, flexing against the Phoenix Army. This is just total domination from TLPH.
Yeah, and with that, even with a conceal, what does TNC want to do here? It's to a point, you know, when you're talking about this kind of lead, Ingon, it's like, you get a pick off. Yeah. You might get a kill, you might, but at what cost?
Yeah. At this point, you can see the contrast of how TNC has been performing from game 1 down to game number 3. Game 1, they were decisive at every single thing they were doing. If they want to go all in with the conceal, they're going to do it. They're going to full commit. This time, we can see a lot of some sort of hesitations, and you can't blame them because, again, TLPH has a 10K gold lead now, really ballooned up. They really snowballed, and even the panel mentioned it's the snowball capability of TLPH is high. So right now, TNC, at this point, they need to be more decisive, more sure, full commit on whatever plan they want to go for. Will they go for a trade? Will they go for a pickoff? They have the capability to do that since they have also a lot of crowd control.
That's really the difficult part of it, is whenever you find yourself in this position and you're down a lot, and now you're facing the fight of this Lord push, even if it's the first one, you know, you have to look at what can we get, and can we actually extend this further? They tried to.
Oh, the slash from Sanford was just too much as Carl TZ goes in with a Wiki shadow kill. SDCYZ gonna fall down on, and look at JP once again finding a catch on two heads. He's gonna fall down in the hands of Sanji as he picks up a double kill. And now the base is exposed for TNC. They only lost JP as they work on the top lane turret.
Sanford's got a final slash. He doesn't have a flicker. They're gonna get two base turrets, and there's Escalera with a conceal. Not sure if he's going to actually try to force something here. They're going to try to hold on to what they can. The last turret's going to be worked on here. And again, diversion on out.
Wow.
As that's all TLPH will take. Again, with a massive lead here, 13,000 gold.
That's how you diversion. Spamming your TPs. There's Sanji.
Goodbye.
Your Sanji rocking a KD of 703. Again, total domination. Looking at the items, even just down to the gold lead. Self-explanatory, total domination. 3K, but here comes Escalera with I'm Offended play, though. That was the catch that they were looking for, but TLPH ready for that. Even Benny Cutie answers with the entropy. So TNC, in terms of setups, crowd control, they're not lacking, but is the damage going to be enough, though, to burst down whoever Escalera catches?
It's tough. Again, it's a diversion play.
And just diverted into the middle of the picture as TNC tries to answer right back. Another Sanford final slash plus the Winter Crown combination. He's going to fall down, but exchange of SDZYZ. They have minions. JP has to TP out, though, as Carl TC works on the base.
He just gets one hit. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to hit it once and I'm out.
Just try. Just try. And again, TLPH really knows the capabilities of their lineup. They're willing to trade a body for a body, but in this case, it was for SDZYZ. And for TLPH, that was more than worth it, because I was a jungler of TNC.
Again, mind you, that whole interaction up top of the diversion play, Benny Cutie was just doing his own thing. You know, and for the most part, for TLPH, they were still able to get what they wanted, and ultimately it was them seeing if they could actually just end the game before this next Lord take. TNC luckily holds on. But when you're looking at this, you know, Kozin, he hasn't gone down. He's been able to farm up relatively well on this Beatrix. But the difficult part is really accepting the fact we got to just give up the Lord. We got to defend in our base, make things work. Here's a diversion. They don't send anybody. So a little just feint play there as they'll get this Lord. But this is really where, when you look at the lineup that TNC has, do they have the option to defend successfully and then have another shot to you know, buy some minutes to farm up here? Look at this. If they continue to just try to get a pick off, make a play, get the numbers advantage, that might possibly be the first step in a lot of steps that they need to turn the game in their favor.
Okay, even if they execute their skills to perfection, their crowd controls, their change CCs, again, the economy is going to play a huge part. Is the damage going to be enough, though? Because looking at TLPH, even JP has an immortality already. I'm pretty sure they also have their Wind of Natures and Winter Crown. So with this Lord push, it's going to take a huge, huge miracle for TNC, the Phoenix Army, to defend this.
See if they're able to do it. Diversion going to be used again.
They're going to send Sanford. Okay, final slash going to get cancelled, but the Winter Crown is there to save himself as the Lord marches into the middle lane. TLP still has 5 members. Carl TZ goes in with a quad shadow. There's the final slash from all been waiting for. Carl TZ goes in with a Wiki shadow kill down to the base of TNC. A killing spree coming in from Benny Cutie. Here comes the Benny Bomb as JP kicks one down, and TLPH will take this series.
And on the Benny Bomb, the triple, they go in. TLPH get their victory, the 2-1, the reverse sweep here against TNC. And again, it was a good effort from TNC throughout the series, but unfortunately, they ran out of steam, they ran out of fire.